How would you describe where you are in your career right now? How would you describe where you are in your career right now?
I would say I'm sort of in like, I don't know, a make or break space of it. You know, I've been playing Big Bash for 3 years now. Sort of, you know, got 1 year, maybe 2 years left on my contract at the moment. If I don't deliver this season, you know, don't really know what's going to go on.
Yeah, I guess without being too dramatic about it, he's at a bit of a crossroads. He's just lost his Victorian contract. It was a big move for him to go down there. And yeah, being 3 years into the Big Bash, I suppose teams know what he can do, they plan for him, and he probably had a slightly down year compared to what he had the year before.
I think he's got that real risk that if he doesn't keep performing, which all cricketers need to perform to get more contracts, that, you know, it's an easy option to go, oh, well, he's, you know, might be getting a bit on and getting a bit older, and we'll go for a younger player. So I think he's certainly at a crossroads right now. I think this documentary is important because I think there can be a perception out there that, you know, Josh he just hits big sixes and he's that big hitter and he doesn't work hard enough. But from our point of view, who know him and in his circle, we certainly know that that's not the case. He's not just that big basher of the ball and who got lucky. There's a lot of hard work that's gone into it. So granted, he's got a lot of hard work to do, but I think that, you know, I really want to show everyone that side of him because he is the nicest, gentlest giant you'll ever meet. But there is a determined side to him, and not a lot of people have seen that yet. So I'm so excited to see what will come of this journey.
Yeah, I guess when you watch Brownie play, or if you speak to him, you get the sense that he's a really laid-back character, which he really is. He values the simple things in life, whether it's going fishing or playing golf with his mates, just kicking back at home. But deep down, there is a really driven, self-motivated individual there. And you have to be in this world, especially, you know, if he's moving into the franchise cricket route. It's really exciting for him, and people see it as this glamorous lifestyle, but in order to keep performing at these leagues, you need to be a really motivated individual, and I think that this is what the documentary will show.
I guess it means a lot that people will be able to come into my life and see sort of what I do, how I do it, you know, sort of understanding what happened in the last Big Bash, to then hopefully completely rebranding myself, not from a cricket aspect, but from a personal aspect, I guess. And probably showing people the more vulnerable sides of, you know, what we have to go through to perform at that elite level. They've sort of doubted things about me, not so much me as a whole. They've doubted probably my motivation and my commitment to it. You know, probably moving down to Melbourne, I didn't sacrifice as much as I did when I first started playing Big Bash. Those doubts do creep in, like obviously from the outside looking in. At the start of the season, I worked pretty hard on everything, and then I just sort of lost my way a bit. I guess when they do start doubting you, it affects you in more ways than just like mentally, because when you start thinking about it, you're thinking about it more and more, and then, you know, you start to question yourself, like, do you belong here? Are you good enough to be here? I guess that's probably the biggest one that I even asked myself in the last 8 months. Like, you know, obviously didn't have a great summer with Victoria. That's just cricket, I guess. Like, always felt good in training, but, you know, I didn't go and put the extras in like I should have. I'm really excited for Brownie's next 12 months. He's got the deal with the Renegades to go back there for a second year. It's an extremely challenging 8-9 months ahead from now. Brownie's got to do the work, whether it's here in Brisbane or abroad when he's playing in some of these other leagues, and he's got to be in a position to perform.
So it's been amazing to see Josh grow as a person. He's always been an amazing cricketer, but to see him go from just this guy that didn't, know really what he wanted to do to someone who's realised that he's got something with cricket. He is quite good at it, and to see that journey of him wanting something, he didn't have that when he first started working at Cooper Cricket. It's been lovely to see that in a young man to then growing into someone who's really determined and wants something. Again, I don't think people really see that or get that side of him very much, but he's extremely determined. But he hasn't always had that. So I'm super grateful to be part of his journey and watch him grow into the man that he's become today.
I guess the biggest thing, I want to prove to myself and everyone else is that I belong. I feel like, I've worked so hard for the years leading up to it. To have the bad season like I did last year, by my standards, it was a pretty bad season. I want to come back stronger, fitter, be on the field the whole time, not miss a game due to a slight niggle or anything like that. I just want to make sure that it's more for myself than anyone else, because I know if I prove it to myself, then I'll prove it to everyone else. The next ideal 12 months for me would be honestly playing a lot of cricket and playing a lot of golf. That'll be the fun part. Obviously working hard behind the scenes, which allows me to continue to do that. And hopefully the next 12 months will be a big 12 months that'll sort of let me know where my next 5 years are going to lead, rather than just the 12 months. In terms of preparation, I've got, it's now 7 months till the Big Bash kicks off, or 8 months. I've got a few tournaments lined up around the world. I've got a little 3-day competition in Japan. After that, I go to the Cayman Islands for a T10. And after that, I've got another T20 competition in Bermuda. And then, although it's not confirmed at the moment, hopefully I'll be in America playing the Major League, which will be another step up again in terms of ramping up my preparations, but also learning the professional side of it even more from different people. These next 12 months for me are make or break. I have to prove to myself that I belong. I need to be the best version of myself to show everyone else, that my first 3 years weren't just a fluke.